Ahoy, Z Nation, DailyXander 302 coming at you around 11:35 in the morning still on this Friday, August 18th. I'm on lunch break right now, nice early lunch. And I just finished up doing a quick 10-minute workout, and I love it. Every time I come over here to the park, pretty much here every single day, I think of a different way to work out every single time, which benefits my mind tremendously, where I'm always in a constant state of creating, innovating, in impromptu manner. And I think that just translates so much to other facets of your life, rather than just go into a more traditional gym, as I would apply the same thing I do here, a traditional gym, but traditional gym, you have more resources at hand, so it doesn't really force you. It still forces you, but you're not as in a more forcing mentality of being creative when you have a lot less items to work with. Like when you see me working out with a rock, that's why, because I have a lot less to work with here. So I think of things that I can do to add value, add spice, add creativity, add stimulation for the mind and the body to respond well to. And that's what I did here. And as always, I get a good sweat from it. So I'm gonna get back to it. Check with you guys a little bit later. Like I said last night, tonight I'm gonna go to my friend Jesse's gym and help support him for an event he's doing for his gym, and document some of that and keep doing it. So I'll check with you guys a little bit later. I just want to say I slept in till about 8 this morning. I was periodically up from like 7 to 8, but I slept until 8, so I got a good amount of rest, about 7 hours. It's kind of a bit unusual, but well needed. After especially getting a float too, past day, I'm feeling well rested. Mind is in a good state as always. That state being Florida at the moment, but it's always going to be continually changing. Anywho, I'm going to stop myself before I continually going on here, and I'll check in with you in a few. Z Nation, back to DailyXander 302, my normal stopping point when riding back to my apartment between Central Parkway and Douglas here in Altamont Springs. And change of plans as far as going to my friend's gym to kind of help support a business event he's doing. Actually got a text, called in for a vigil I will be doing from 7 to 10 with a lady who's extremely close to passing, so that's what I got going on. So just hustling back right now to get to my apartment and change and get a ride with Uber over there and be with the lady. So I will check in with you a little bit later. Just know I'm hustling and bustling, going from one to the next, being positive and productive. So happy smiles, baby. Ha-ha, yeah. Enjoying life. Peace. Oh, Z Nation, what is good? Just got dropped off by my Uber driver. I went a little extra from my apartment complex. This is one subsection of my apartment complex. I'm actually on the other side, and I just got dropped off a little far away because I listened and let my driver chat. Essentially, you could say it was borderline. It wasn't borderline. He was definitely complaining. Just a previous interactions had with pickups, and that's a-okay. I was listening and being genuinely asking questions, and it's okay to do that, as it's all good training for in future events and such. Oh man, I'm getting all these texts that I thought I was going to get earlier. But yeah, I just got done with about 3 hours of vigil program volunteering with a lady that is most likely in her next 24 hours or so going to pass. She didn't pass when I was with her, but I was with her, and just about 15 minutes ago or so, 20 minutes ago, switched off with another volunteer, and we'll see if I'm doing it tomorrow again. So right now, moving along, as I would love to share more on the experience a bit. I did actually write up a couple of notes I think I'd like to touch on, just like of my thoughts that came came with me when I was waiting in the room with the lady who was unresponsive. I'll have to share those a little bit later here. As for right now, I am gonna send my daily message I need to do every single day to my mentor, being the content, either audio or a book that I have taken in for the day and what I've learned from it, and then the value I've added to others for today and such, and go from there. So I'll also go for a bike ride. Why not? It's a Friday night. Let's get some more movement in. In all honesty, I could probably get out of the road because there's a car coming. And yeah, also get some food too. I made some food. Get a little more food. Why not? Thinking this weekend I'm gonna buy. I say it now. It's gonna be a busy weekend for me. I think I'm gonna buy my London ticket. We'll see. Yeah, finish uploading a DailyXander video. All these thoughts are going in my head. All right, I'll check in with you sometime. We'll see where I get up to and go from there. As of now, au revoir, Altamont Springs. Peace. All right, Z Nation, capping off my DailyXander 302. Just little side notes I wrote for this past vigil that I kind of thought of, and I'm always careful to make sure I don't share anything that would go against what I had to sign up for a hospice volunteer that discloses critical information that would not want to be shared at all. So it's just kind of scenario based. I wrote the thought down that I never want money or time to ever be an issue to where I can't be with a loved one while they are passing. So in instances like this, when I was with the lady tonight, her daughter was out of state, and she actually wasn't planning on coming to visit her. So in instances like that, I just remember looking around the room and thinking like, wow, if this lady was conscious, how would she take that? Hard to say, because I don't know how any of the relationship has been up until that point, but just I guess put myself in like my mom's position or my dad's situation. They were in similar, where they're like on their deathbed, and then I wasn't there. That would be certainly quite detrimental to them, I'd imagine, as far as not being there to support them. And it's something I never want that to be a speed bump or a stopper in me not being there to be present and support with those loved ones, my loved ones, when they're passing. And I wrote another thought as far as understand you will eventually get to a stage, and this is, of course, if you don't have like accidental deaths or anything like that, but you die the more natural route. Understand you eventually get to a stage in your existence where you become too crippled and deteriorated to move, function, and live. That everything up until that point becomes reflected upon. It certainly can be. I'm not saying this is the case for everybody. It's just kind of thought that popped in my head. So everything up until that point becomes reflected upon and self-analyzed. That then offers the most surreal assessment of regrets. Potentially, not necessarily, but could. What you spent your time doing and what you spent your time doing. At what point do you forget your senses or lose conscious functioning of your mind? In situations like you're with somebody and they're passing and they're not present, they're not responsive, they're not cohesive. Like, at what point for them does that transition happen? Like, it's probably never a subtle transition. It's more probably a transition. All of a sudden you just wake up and you find yourself find yourself in a state where A, you're not able to communicate with others, and B, you might be very receptive to seeing people around you and being able to even take in what they're saying and such. So I just thought it's just interesting to think about, even for myself, like right now where I'm in my mind, like I can't imagine like having that transition of all of a sudden going from where I'm at right now, being self-conscious, being self-aware, and then all of a sudden, boom, I get it taken from me, and I'm at a point of cloudiness and just not able to function. Going back to, I'm just very appreciative where I'm at right now in life and continuing to go in life. And then also getting to the point of, say, somebody isn't conscious when they're on their deathbed and they're essentially just non-responsive, and all they're doing is breathing, inhaling and breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, I should say, just breathing, eyes closed, wiggling around in their sleep. So if a patient isn't conscious, or a person isn't conscious, would they even know if anybody was around? It's like similar if like a tree falls in the forest. Does it actually make a noise? Well, in this case, if a person isn't conscious, has no idea even that they're like soon to die, does it really matter if somebody's around? Does it matter if anybody's around? It certainly does to the family members if there's no family members there, for somebody to be around, certainly just to help with family members, of course, with some comfort knowing that there was somebody there in their family member's time of passing. But for the individual, that member or that person on their deathbed when they're just not conscious, it's just an interesting way to look at it. As far as, does it really matter to them? It's hard to say, but certainly going from the perspective of another family member, absolutely, it totally matters. And yeah, those are just the little thoughts that popped in my head. Certainly just continuing thinking about like stages of life, and then this person's on their deathbed and they're just confined in this small room and it's just me and her. Can be a little bit sad when you think about it, for sure. This person's lived 90 plus years, and this is the last they're going out as on their deathbed, and really no loved ones around. Certainly there's people around that comfort and care about them, but again, it just speaks highly to how important relationships are in life, and the quality of your life is determined by the quality and connectedness you have with genuine relationships and such. I think it's a testament, one way to look at it, like everybody you interact with, treat them as to a point where you know they'll be thrilled, honored, and would want to show up to your funeral or your deathbed, whenever that occurred. So just being able to treat people in a very genuine and authentic manner that really resonates with them as far as the connection you have with them and such, and they'll really get appreciation for what you do for them. Alright, just some thoughts for the night. I bid you adieu. DailyXander 302 in the books. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Busy weekend tomorrow. Got workout with some friends. New dude will be joining us too. See if he shows up. Maybe podcast afterwards. Meet up with one of my clients for lunch at a Greek village. It'd be cool. Got hospice tomorrow, either at inpatient unit or depending if I need to do vigil again. And I got a little free time Saturday night, so we'll see what I get up to as far as the self-investment goes in myself. And Sunday, hospice again. Might meet up with another different client potentially. Just thinking, I felt like there's always stuff. Like I said before, I gotta get my London ticket, so if I don't do it tomorrow, it'll most likely be on Sunday and such. Alright, 302 in the books. As always, peace, love, unity, respect, and passion, baby. Passion. Catching you with you later.